Hello guys, I'm Savvy, and welcome back to another episode of Conan Exiles, The Age of Calamitous. In the last one, we went and we completed the Witch Queen dungeon, and there was a bit of a surprise that snuck up on us, where there was some enemies that popped up in the dungeon, and I'm like, I'm not fighting those. So, in this episode, we're going to be doing something quite significant, and that is we're going to be moving up north to the highlands. So kind of, I've been kind of pepped is the right word. I've been happy to look forward to this episode to do this. So we're going to be moving a lot of stuff, and pretty much rebuilding up north. So this might not be a long episode, but it's definitely just going to be one that's going to be changing the course of where we're going to be living and exactly how we're going to be traveling around the exiled lands. Because we've been here for 9 episodes pretty much, and we definitely need to relocate. Because we're at that level now. We're level 30, which means that we can start grabbing some we can grab more iron and turn it into steel. So, all right. So what I'm gonna do is just, oh yeah, this pen's not empty because there's poop in it. All right. I'm just gonna go ahead and demolish everything that's in here. We're gonna get the materials back for everything. I think I got everything that was in the chest too when I did that. I hope I did. Just grab everything that I can from here. Yeah, I could take all like that. And then take all. It's okay if we don't have, if I'm over encumbered right now, because my horse is going to be taking a lot of the stuff. Get rid of our foundations and everything. Demolish every little bit of this. And we're going to be using these materials from our first home here and using it to start building our second home while also gathering more materials to build it up more because it's going to be a lot larger. So let's go ahead and give our horse a lot of our things. Wait, is that it? Yeah, heaviest is first, so obviously I want to get rid of those. I don't know why I still have these foals. I don't need to. I don't need them. Gosh, let's see. Yeah, that's heavier than the tar. There's probably something else I could throw away. Yeah, I don't need that. Maybe... Does this give me more... It does not. Not more expertise. So, what if I put these on? Does it change anything? No. Not much changes with that, so... Just the armor that changes. That sucks. Alright, let's... Here, I'm gonna have to give me a second while I figure this out. Okay, I figured it out. I am at 98% encumbrance. I just had to remove my light armor because, I mean, it's pretty easy to make light armor, so there's no reason to keep it on. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make our way north, pretty much. So I need to keep an eye on my mini-map here. Make sure that we're going north, which is the blue diamond that is up at the top. And then... yeah, we'll make our way here. And it'll be a lot easier because even though we don't have thralls or anything, it's going to be better to find... easier and better to find better thralls around. Let's see. Trying to find the best way to go in order for us to get up north. Following north is easy, but we gotta traverse the terrain here, so... And obviously all this is just going through vanilla Conan Exiles right now. Just going through the land here, going north and whatnot. But we get to see some cool sights here. Some other parts that we haven't seen in the series, because we've only been... We haven't even really scratched much of the surface of the entire map, so... At least in this series. If you've seen my builds series videos, if you've seen those, then you'll see I've been in different parts of the map. But, yeah, for this Let's Play, though, we are not going to be... We're going to be in different territory, so... It's just this. Mitra's Serenity. Yeah, that spider can attack them. What's this? Lesser healing potion. I'll take that. Yeah, fight that spider. Or not. Never mind. I'll fight it instead. What do you have? Mitrian Tunic. There is something you can learn here. Which is, well, the Priest's Journal, which you could pick up, but I believe there's... Was there something you can learn here? Was it this? Nope. We get an Ankh, which is fine. What does this say, though? I want to read this. Priest's Journal. More info. It is amazing to me that the other people who share this place with me call this the Exiled Lands. If I could name it, it would be called the Blessed Lands, because it truly is a place of great blessings. In my youth, I was a rash and foolish man, the youngest son of a minor noble of Poitain. At that age, I was consumed by my love of wealth and status, and I drank and gambled with other young men of questionable character. Eventually, my father, when confronted with my gambling debts, gave me no choice. He simply shipped me off to a monastery to contemplate my sins. I was not an admirable monk, I confess freely. More concerned with my own amusement than the state of my soul, I often stole from the monastery by night and returned with stolen casks of ale and food. I was popular among the other monks, of course, but the abbot began to see my influence among his entire congregation. Eventually he decided to be rid of me. One night I awoke, bound by hand and foot with sturdy ropes, while two burly men lifted me from my bunk and carried me down the winding stone staircase of the monastery. The abbot accompanied them, wringing his hands and pleading to me with his eyes. "My child, the choice breaks my heart, but I am losing the others. These men will take you away, somewhere far away, where you can start a new life away from your father or Mitra. It will be the best for this monastery and the best for you. Tell me what you understand," he pleaded. "What if they decide to slit my throat, abbot? Then my death will be on your hands," I spat. "I have assurances that they will not." He glanced nervously at the men carrying me. "I wish you the best of your new life, child." He turned away. I was put into the back of a wagon, covered with a sackcloth, and left to my terrified thoughts. For how long I traveled I cannot say. I was passed from one set of hands to another, always with the clink of gold to seal the exchange. Other captives joined me in the wagon, men and women from different lands. Some were noblemen, some were commoners. All were as confused as I was about where we were going and why. Most of us assumed that our captors were Shemitish slavers, or Shemitish slavers. On the last night of my old life, we were given our rations, a thick, heavy stew of vegetables and meat. Like the others, I ate ravenously, and like the others, when whatever poison they had put into the food kicked in, the darkness swallowed me. The next day, my new life began. I awoke, stripped naked, in the sands of a vast desert. There were no people to be seen, just some ruins in the vast emptiness of... Oh! I woke, stripped naked in the sands of the vast desert, where there were no people to be seen, just some ruins and vast emptiness of the sands. I was disoriented, but I chose a direction and set out, hoping to find anybody or anything. I almost died. A sandstorm came sweeping in, swirling sand and lightning, and I fled before it, taking shelter in the shadow of an old, tumbled statue. There were beasts in the sandstorm. I could hear them moving around and howling with the screeching wind. I repented my life then, thinking of my family for the first time in years. I prayed to Mitra to protect my soul and forgave the abbot, who had been a good man trying to protect his flock. Mitra spoke to me then, and his words were for me alone. He wrapped me in his presence and kept the creatures from finding me. I gave myself wholly to Mitra, there in the darkest hour of my life. I came from the desert a new man, and, guided by Mitra, I found this place. This shrine is dedicated to my god and to every exiled soul far from home and weary, who could use a place to rest. I leave this story here in the hope that it will inspire others. I have gone ahead, deeper into the exiled lands. Mitra has told me that there is much work to do. I usually don't read these notes or anything. Oh yeah, that note there, I don't need that because that was already spoken aloud. So, and the Sorcerer's Spell page we're keeping. Yeah, for all my time that I've played Conan Exiles, I've never really taken the time to read a lot of those notes that I come across. I just kind of pick them up and just like, oh, this is interesting, and then never read them. Pretty funny. But right here is an entrance to the, oh, honor lost with the Order of Eleanor. You'll be, oh no. Oops. Oops. Yeah, that's part of the new honor system that they've added. Oopsie. Alright, we need to get up to the top here. And what better way to do that than by just climbing? And it's best to follow the river, just because it kind of leads you in the right direction. Going towards the highlands, because eventually we're going to come across a point where we're on the threshold between the desert and the highlands, just by following the river. So if you see here, it goes around. We could either cut up here, or we could just keep following here, go all the way up this way, and then make our way this direction. But I might want to take a shortcut. Shortcuts are always better, because obviously it would take less time. And since we have our horse Midnight, Midnight will make it so much easier to traverse the terrain, because it'll take less time to get from point A to point B. And I think instead of following the river, this shortcut would be better, because we're going to be above the water now. And we need to be up here, up higher, because it is the highlands after all, so the highlands do sit up higher than the rest of the land. As you can see right in front of us from afar. And the cool thing about this place is that these are Black Hand camps. And their capital, which is here, it looks like a ship. It's like a rock formation that's shaped like a ship, which is pretty funny. Pretty cool and funny. Voyager's Vigil. Yeah, but we're not going to be fighting these guys right now. This place would be nice to try to find Thrall around the area, just because there's a lot of them. But I'm not really concerned about that right now. My frames dropped back there somehow. I don't know what happened there. But we gotta be careful through here, because we got these Sand Reapers, and they're not nice, because they will poison you if they hit you, so... Oh, there's some coal there. There is some coal there that we need to do. I know that at some point we definitely need to have an episode where we focus on doing a lot of our journey steps, just making sure that we have a stronger foundation from where we are and make sure that we're settled in right, and we have a lot of materials that way we could do that. So that might just be another couple episodes, so... Alright, we're almost there. The only problem that I'm worried about is when we're coming up across the threshold here, which this is like a little savanna that's here. And that structure right over there has to do with Age of War, which was last major, I guess you could call it season. I mean, technically the chapters are seasons, but I guess last major update. The Boundary Spillway, which we'll probably be going over there soon, but... Well, not soon, but it's going to be a little bit, but it'll be a fun time. But yeah, what I was gonna say is, we have these tigers here. We have the white tiger and regular tigers. We could definitely take on the regular tigers, but I'm just not gonna bother with them right now. And there's an easy entrance that's through here, which is right here, which I believe this terrain is slightly altered in Age of Calamitous because of the way that it looks there, because usually there's not that easing of that ramp there that goes into the Highlands, but here we are. We've made it. There are wolves up here too, and they are definitely tougher. Boars. Oh, elk. Boars, elk, wolves, deer. Um, all kinds of bad stuff. There's even the white wolf that's around. There are also Nordheimers, which this is their domain. So I gotta be careful around them because they use steel weapons. So we just gotta be careful. Alright. I'm gonna run all the way up here. Oh, there are also horses up here. There are foals that you can find and pick up too. So that's the good thing about this area up here towards the northern aqueduct. I'm gonna keep running until that wolf goes away. There we go. Alright, so the place that I've thought about building in the Highlands is going to be more central to the map. I would think around here, but I kind of want to move up here. And we're not going to move up to the cliffside that I usually build. I mean, I usually build here too, but there's a cliffside that's over in that direction. But there's a bad guy that's over there, and we are not high enough level to deal with him right now. So we're just going to keep to ourselves for the time being. Now, the only problem here is that there's no water source, but we will be able to make a well. We could do a regular well, or we could do Shrine to Mitra, or we could even do an Argosian fountain, which acts as a well. So either one of those, which I always go with the Argosian fountain because they're the prettiest, in my opinion. All right, so what we need to do is we need to grab our materials from our horse, and we need to just start building. And it's okay that we're over encumbered now because we're in the spot that we need to build. So let's see here. Sandstone, here it is. All right, so I'm gonna do the usual where I just build out of regular foundations first and then just kind of tweak it as we go. And part of me is thinking that I should bring up the foundations to here so I can at least have a way to look over the land this way. So I'm just gonna, I need to move my horse. Oh, not follow. Stand guard. Yeah, move over there. So I'm just gonna start building kind of a square and maybe turn it more into a rectangle. Kind of like this. And then just build out from that. Just to make it look nicer. So. And some of these will need some foundations underneath them because they are kind of floating. Okay, so we have something like this for now. And then what we could do is kind of just spread out a little bit. I don't want this to be too big because obviously it's just me, but we need enough room for our crafting benches, and we also need a space for our living quarters. So I'm gonna bring this out by 1 and then use some wedge foundations here. Bring that up to there. So it looks like that. And then back here, I think what I'll do is just add those real quick, because this might be a little balcony or something that's here. And then on this side, we can add maybe... I'll add this to here. Oh, I keep... Yeah, stand guard, there you go. Yeah, something like this, where there's like a little room to the side. And I'm honestly thinking maybe I could just have everything on one floor. Or what I could do is split it up into different spaces and then have a place for stairs. And then upstairs is where my room will be. Which I'm kind of thinking that instead. So my horse keeps getting in the way. I need to move my horse like way out of the way. Kind of like that. That should be good enough. Alright, so 4 here, because I wanted to add something like this to it. And then I can extend this out somewhat, where there's a bigger porch, I guess you could consider it. And then we have the front here. And I think this will just be... I'm actually going to bring this in by 1. So it looks like this. Yeah. So we have something like this. So now I'm going to go back through and do all the foundations here with just fence foundations. So we're just going to go around like this. And then I'm going to take out all of the... Oh, it's raining. Take out all the regular foundations and replace them with ceilings and then put pillars in and all that, because it'll save us some materials actually, which is good. It's a good building habit to have and a good building method, I think. And I do this in all my build videos as well, so... And even though like in my build videos I'm in creative and I still do it this way, it's just a good habit to get into. Just because it also helps with rendering structures and stuff, because the regular foundations do take more to render, so. But yeah, I'm just going to go all the way through with this, even where the porches or balcony, whichever you... Probably porch. It's not really hanging over anything. It's slightly doing that, but I would still consider it like a porch. And I have some cool ideas for how I want this to look if we build up more than 1 floor, which I kind of want to do. Alright, so let's delete all of these here. Get a lot of our materials back, because it does cost less to use the fence foundations than it is to use the regular foundations all the way through. Plus, it just looks more appealing to use fence foundations than these regular foundations. Oops. Also gotta make sure that all of the fence foundations are connected and that there's support underneath them, otherwise that will happen. And this whole building process, I'm just gonna leave it all in because I want you guys just to experience it with me. Probably the parts where I need to gather more materials, which will more than likely happen. I will cut those parts out though. So... Alright, since it's sandstone, I'm really not going to worry about where these ceilings are facing, unless we have a ceiling that's above us. Then I'll make sure that that they face at least the same direction. Because there's like wooden parts that are underneath that go either... You could either have it face vertically or horizontally, so just gotta be wary of that. Alright, let's grab our pillars, and I'm gonna just put some around here, so one there. These are gonna be kind of sprawled out a little bit, nothing too specific. Just ensuring that where there's a lot of space going on, where there's no pillars, there is a pillar that supports underneath. Okay. So we have something like this going on. And now we can start building more of this. So I kind of want the front door to be sideways. I don't want it to be facing forward. So I'm going to put the door here, and this will be where the porch goes. And I'm put some windows in here. These are where the windows are going to go, to there. And I'm using the arcane ones, which was from an old battle pass that you could get from this game. I think it was actually from one of the first ones when they introduced the ages. It was like Age of Sorcery where they had the battle passes for the first time. So, all right, that's gonna be a porch. So I'm just gonna put fences along here, and then a doorway in the middle, like that. A door frame in the middle, and then some windows looking out from here, just like that. Usually my building method is like, I'll build the walls up first, and then leave a gap for where I think windows should go. And then other times I kind of just build along where I switch between windows and walls. So, alright, we have something like this, which is pretty cool. And this entire home is not all going to be 2 floors. I think only certain parts are going to be, and I think one side that I would like to be just one would be this section right here. And we need sticks. We need plant fiber and sticks, which my horse does have that. And I'm going to put some stairs here. It'll let me. There we go. That's not gonna just be, that's temporary. It's not I can easily get from point A to point B. We might need to get more plant fiber because we are going to be using thatch roofing, and this roof is going to take, it's going to take a little bit. Take a lot of our time in this episode. Building can take some time. It really can. Alright, I want it to face this direction. Yeah. I might see what it looks like on the outside once I finish it, but something along the lines of this. And then what we could do is add walls around here. This section back here will also be 1 floor too. So I'm gonna just put wedge thatch roof pieces down, as well as these. And then I can also use inverted sloping roof pieces, like so. And just kind of finish it off like that. Alright, that looks good. Alright, where I want to put the stairs, I have no idea. Probably the best place to put them would be probably right here. And I'm thinking I could just put staircase there, a ceiling, and then staircase here. Because then that could leave a space for a balcony above this. I think that would look good. And then the ceilings here, I have to make sure that these wood beams from underneath are facing the same direction. And are lined up properly too. And it's kind of hard to see because it is dark when it's raining. And when it's nighttime, it gets super dark too. Alright, so we need to get more materials. So what I'm going to do is go and grab some more wood and stone, and then we'll continue building. So I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, I got some more materials, so we are good. And I don't know if this will be... We might need more wood over stone, because I did get a lot of stone, but I could be wrong. Not really sure. But we'll see when we get there. Alright, so covering up this here, yep, that looks good. And then if we just come upstairs here, then we can continue building our roof things and walls. So I'm gonna cover that. That's gonna be roofed off there. And then obviously put more walls in, like so. There's not gonna be a window on that side, but there are gonna be windows here. And I want to make sure that these are spaced out enough where they're, like, the windows are even. So kind of like this. Yeah. Then a window there, and then obviously another door frame. Which, actually, I might put the door frame right here instead. Put a window there, and then just a wall right there. Yeah, that'll look good. Perfect. Alright, that looks good. So then all that's left is we gotta put some more walls in where we split this up a little bit better, but I think what we have where it's open face like this is pretty good so far. I just need to get more materials again, so just constant back and forth, because it uses a lot of stone, so I'm gonna have to grab some more. Yeah, the cost of the walls and everything, yeah. Plus, with the house that we had before, it was quite tiny, so there wasn't really much materials going for us there. But I'm just gonna keep getting materials again and just keep building, and once I get another good chunk of it, we'll be right back. Alright, I think I should have enough for the rest of at least the rest of this part here, for the second floor. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some more wedges down here, because this, oh, unless I fall like that. That's the thing about building near ledges, because you can just fall off just like that. Very dangerous. Put our fences here so I don't fall off again. But that'll be the balcony there. And then I want to start building the roof, which looks a little awkward with the way it is, but I'm gonna say awkward, but it might just look kind of flat. So we're gonna go. Ooh, okay, so something like this. Triangle on that side. Triangle on this side, but I'm gonna change it to where it's the corner piece like that. So you get the best of both worlds. And just kind of make sure to build up alongside it with these walls here, like so. Like I said, this might be enough for this last bit here. Yeah, and I'm thinking, okay, so I want a corner roof piece there, and a corner roof piece there, and there. Yeah. Four left, 2, 1, 0. Alright. So I just need more of these sloping walls, and then the rest of the roof should be fine. Yeah, so if I just connect it there, there, here, and here. Oh yeah, and there, there, there. And then more of the corner pieces just like that. Now, I don't think I'm gonna have the roof be this, or the ceiling be this tall by just using the roof pieces. I'm probably gonna put a layer of ceiling around this, and then go from there. So, time to get more materials. And the good thing about this place is that there's a lot of rocks, a lot of stone nodes, and there's also quite a lot of iron, which is over there. So we got a lot of materials to work with, which is pretty good. Alright, I have more than enough to finish this roof here, and it looks like it's starting to turn nighttime, because it is getting darker here. So I definitely want to be able to put some lights in here. Alright, perfect. Now the only thing left that we need to grab is more plant fibers, so that way we can build more roof pieces. But I believe I can put some lights down. I can. So put one there, and then obviously put one upstairs too, so that way we can see. But yeah, I need to go grab some plant fiber while I'm at it, because we need to finish the roof. Because if we don't have a roof, then it's just going to be raining constantly inside of our house. And we don't want that. We do not want that. Alright. This should finish off the rest of the roof here. Yep, looks like it. And then get the... Where is it? Yep, the rooftop end here. Beautiful. Yep, and it is nighttime outside, so it's going to be pretty dark. Because if we look out here, yeah, it's definitely dark outside. Alright, so that looks good. And I think what we have right here is a really cozy, open-faced area. And I'm going to put at least one more torch. I'm going to put a torch here and then kind of move it this way. So that way the light's more spread out. And then same on this side too. So one there, and one here. There we go. Lights distributed more evenly. I'm going to bring midnight inside, because I don't want anything attacking midnight. There's enough space for him in here, so yep. But we have our house here, our beautiful, beautiful home. What I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna go off camera and tweak this build a little bit. Obviously I'm gonna add some separate rooms in here, but I'm also gonna probably add a little bit more on the outside so it looks a little bit more appealing than what it is, and then also build the porch that is gonna be out in the front. Definitely need to try to get a definitely need to get an iron pickaxe, iron pick, because that yeah, using the stone one is not good enough for that. For gathering materials, because you saw how many times I had to go back and get more materials. So yeah, especially with the kind of encumbrance I was having. I need to also have more storage too, so I can put some heavy stuff back in there. But I think I'm going to be ending this episode here. I know really not too much happened, all except building, but this is the start of a new chapter in this series. So that means that since we have our permanent place of residence, then we'll be able to get a lot more done and travel to bigger and better places, and probably even more dangerous places. So yeah. But if you guys enjoyed this episode, be sure to leave a like if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate that. And don't forget to hit subscribe as well, because that lets me know that you guys enjoy the content on the channel and would like to see more. I'd like to give a shout out to my friend Barry Medley for being a member of the channel, and you can become a member too by hitting the join button down below. I've been Savvy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys! See you later.